Welcome to session 101, Mogul Fellows. We are diving into some news today. We have stocks edging higher today as traders bet on lower tariffs before August 1st. So let's dive into this live update, guys, and then let's dive into the Mogul 30, the Mogul Fellows trading portfolio, and get you guys updated on this week. Stocks slightly rose Monday, even after President Donald Trump threatening high tariffs on more countries over the weekend. Losses were kept in check as investors bet those duties will eventually be negotiated down and looked ahead to a busy week for second quarter earnings season coming up, guys. Earnings season's about to start here in a minute. So we have the Dow Jones Industrial Average trading 66 points higher today, or 0.1%. The S&P trading 0.2%, while the Nasdaq Composite adding about 0.4%. So here's some juicy stuff here. What's going on today? We have investors continuing to monitor ongoing updates on the tariff front after Trump announced this last Saturday, that the U.S. will impose 30% tariffs on the EU, European Union, and Mexico starting August 1st. Leaders of the EU and Mexico indicated they intend to keep talking with the Trump admin this month in an attempt to agree on a lower rate, and that's what traders are betting on, guys. That's why we're seeing this market really rip, because we think that the EU and Mexico will come in and try and do a deal with Trump before August 1st, guys. So, Trump's announcement comes ahead of inflation readings this week, which will give investors a better sense of how, the Trump tariffs already in effect are being felt throughout the economy. Is the Federal Reserve going to cut rates here soon, guys? That's a question that we really want to find out. And if they're going to do it, if the Federal Reserve does cut rates, we could see this market really rip further, guys. Eyes on a slew of earning reports set to roll out this week. Major banks, including JP Morgan Chase, will deliver quarterly reports starting tomorrow, guys. Here's a quote. The big question for markets in the coming weeks is if earnings are expected to be solid, can overshadow the tariff issues that are still there in the background. So that's a question, guys. Say, these earnings are really good. Can that, overshadow possibly, the EU and Mexico? Say Trump does do those tariffs on the EU and Mexico on August 1st. Can the earnings kind of overshadow that, and can we see the market continue to rip even if those tariffs go into place on August 1st? That is a question, and that comes from Glenn Smith, Chief Investment Officer of the Texas-based GDS Wealth Management. He also says so far the market has been able to withstand tariff headlines and is more focused on earnings and economic resilience. Let's see, can't even pronounce that word. All right, guys. Now, moving on, another potential factor for investors to monitor is the rift between the Trump admin and the Federal Reserve. So here's what we were talking about, guys, with Jerome Powell. On Sunday, National Economic Council Director Kevin Hassett told ABC News that Trump can fire Federal Chair Jerome Powell if there's a cause. So there's a lot of people that say that the president cannot fire the Federal Reserve Chair. Some that do. If he can, and his term is almost up, guys, he's going to be replaced this upcoming year. So if Jerome Powell keeps dodging cutting rates, will President Donald Trump try to force him out? That is a question also to ask. Here's a continuing. Trump officials are probing the costs of renovation of the Federal Reserve main building in Washington, D.C. While the president has repeatedly criticized Powell for not lowering interest rates, the central bank has pushed back against some of the criticisms of the renovation project. So I guess the Federal Reserve main building in Washington, D.C. is going to get a renovation. Don't know how that has to do with some news for the stock market today, but hey, great for them, and we'll see if Jerome Powell can hold off until the end of his term. So Monday's moves come after a negative week for stocks, although the major averages are still near record highs. So guys, that is CNBC Live updates. Let's now dive into the Mogul 30 Mogul Fellows Trading portfolio, guys. We see the portfolio sitting at 26,865. We have a market value of 11,382. We've been, trimming out quite heavily due to these all-time highs, guys. And we have a cash balance of 15,481. And I do want to say also, we just hit Bitcoin all-time highs too, guys. Last night we had cracked 120, guys. Cracked 120, which is insane for Bitcoin. People are taking it more seriously. Companies are taking it more seriously. I think there's over 100 companies now that hold Bitcoin in their balance sheet, and we embraced Bitcoin and cryptocurrency quite a bit recently. We were bears when we started this brand, Mogul Fellows, but we have embraced it accordingly, over the years, and it's great to finally have crypto, involved into this brand. So a crypto and stock market brand, guys. So here is the SPX, S&P 500. We see a high of 6,290 that it reached. We're at 6,271. So we, are pretty much at highs right now. And we have it at a 68 RSI level, guys. That is, quite an overbought, levels, and which is why we want to try and trim accordingly and try to trim those that are in overbought levels, guys. All right, guys. So let's dive in now to the free session of the week, and I do want to do a plug here, guys. We are no longer accepting people in for free in the Discord. That ended last week. If you want to join the Discord, the club, Mogul Fellows Club, be with like-minded individuals, get our trade alerts, get our case studies, get our long-term portfolio, our details of our long-term portfolio, where all these profits go to be able to learn more how we do long-term stuff and not just trading stuff. We'll just be around people that are like-minded with the stock market and cryptocurrency. Go over to mogulfellows.com, check out membership. You could get the VIP access to be able to get the Discord invite through our WAP, and the link is on our website. Go over to membership, and you'll see it, guys. Just click the link and it'll direct you to our WAP. Alright, guys, so let's dive in now. We are going to be doing some exits today. We're going to be doing some trims. We're going to add to positions, and then we're going to enter a new position since we're exiting one position today. So our first company that we want to exit, guys, here is Lockheed Martin. If we could find that, where is Lockheed here? Here it is, right here. Let's go ahead and cut off Lockheed Martin. We only have a profit of 687, but it's in almost overbought levels here. 65 RSI level, almost to that 70 overbought level there. So we have a average price at 462.33. We got to write that down, and we also have a fractional position here, so we have to keep that in mind. So let's close out this position, guys, with a market order. All right, guys, we are what would that filled at here? We got filled at 472.81. So we need to do some math here on what we made on that. I think it was like only $7-8 or something. But 472, subtract our average cost, $10.48, guys. And then you multiply that by our fractional position that we had. Yep, so $6.84 is profit we made on Lockheed Martin, we just exited that to add another stock that we want to get into, guys. So that is why we exited that. It's in overbought levels too. So the big one we want to trim now, we're going to be doing 3 trims today and only 1 exit, but we are going to let go 20 shares of Archer, and that is our best position right now in the Mogul 30. We have a whoops, I was looking at Tesla there. We have an average price of $9.90, so let's go ahead and sell off 20 shares of Archer. We see it in right above fair value range there, but we do want to get some cash out of this market to be able to put towards our long-term positions. So Archer is our #1 position, but trading at fair value range, we want to take out some of this $49 that we have profitable on it so far. So let's go ahead and sell off 20 shares, guys. All right, we got filled at 10.59 there. So do some math here, quick math. So 10.59, subtract our average cost there. That's 69 cents per share, guys. We had 20 of them, so multiply that by 20. We sold 20. $13.80. We pulled out of that position. All right, next, guys, next is Tesla. Tesla has been ripping, guys, over, some, robo-taxi news and a bunch of other stuff, guys. This is a wild stock to be in. In my private portfolio, separate from Mogulfell, I'm a huge Tesla investor. It's so fun to own this stock and to see where it goes and buy the dips and sell the, sell the rips. And yeah, guys, and I'm just a holder of the stock too, but we love having Tesla in the position. It's a trading position here, and then we also have it as a long-term position in the Mogul pot, our long-term portfolio, and we're doing a huge case study this year. It's a year-long case study of Tesla. So if you guys want to access that case study, you guys got to be in the Discord. Go to mogulfellows.com to check out membership, guys. So we're gonna get rid of 1 share of the Tesla trading position in the Mogul 30 here. So let's go ahead, write down our average price, and then we are gonna sell off 1 share of Tesla here. All right, we got filled at 315.86. $315.86. Subtract our average cost there. Boom, $11.65. We are just doing little base hits, guys, little base hits to get as much profit as possible out of here. That's what we do every single day in this portfolio, is trying to get as much profit, trim out as much profit as we can to put towards our long-term positions and case studies. So now we're going to trim a stock that has been ripping like crazy this past year, this past couple of years, and that is Palantir, guys. We see it just continue to rip, guys, continue to rip. Last year, this stock was trading below $50. People were getting this stock. I remember people getting this stock in the single digits, like they were getting it for $8. And we just seen this huge uptrend, guys, with Palantir and Alex Carp over there. But we're gonna trim out Palantir, 1 share. Let's write down our average price here. All right, let's go ahead and trim out 1 share of Palantir. All right, 148. What was it? 148.28. 148.28, guys. Let's go ahead and some math. 148, 28, subtract 133, our average price. Boom. $14.45, guys. So if we add up all this, that is the last of our trims. So total profit today, guys. All right, so we have our Palantir, 1445, plus our Tesla, 1165, plus our Archer, 1380, and then plus the little Lockheed Martin profit that we had. That is a $46, guys. $46.74. Let me actually double check on that. So $6.84 plus 13.80 plus 11.65 plus 14.45. Okay, it didn't seem right for a little bit, but yeah, that does make sense. Okay, so yeah, $46.74 profit that we made today. That'll go directly to our mobile part towards our long-term positions, and we do all these base hits, guys, every single day, adding to the mobile pot into our long-term positions, dollar cost averaging, trimming, daily buys. You know, it's a strategy that we use to be able to build long-term positions and wealth in the stock market, guys. So and we're only doing it with 26,000, guys, and we want to try and up this every single year to a bigger trading position to fund to profit and fund the long-term position, guys. So now, so that is the sells of the day. We exited Lockheed Martin, trimmed Archer, Tesla, Palantir. Now we need to buy, guys. So we exited Lockheed Martin because we want to get into Oracle, guys. So we are gonna be buying Oracle Corporation right here. We see it coming down to the 50-day moving average, now below fair value range. We were waiting for it to come down from these highs, and we are hoping that we could get a bounce off this 50-day and then rip back up like it has previously done. So let's go ahead and add $100 to Oracle and add it back to our portfolio, trading portfolio. So $100 buy of Oracle. All right, so we are back into Oracle now. You see that we exited Lockheed Martin, and we are now into Oracle, brand new position here, and we will, you know, dollar cost average into Oracle over time to, you know, get the best profit out of it. So now let's do some ads. So that was the enter of the day since we exited Lockheed Martin. Now we need to add to some positions, guys, and we, you know, love Apple here. We see it coming back down to the 50-day moving average there, and we, you know, see it below fair value range. So we're gonna add back into I know we did trim some in previous days. We, you know, had, I think, a total, it was 8 or 9 shares, and we've trimmed down quite a bit. But let's go ahead now and add $100 back into Apple here. All right, got filled at the 209 level there. So that is Apple, the Apple buy. Our next one is going to be one of our safety stocks here, and we see Procter & Gamble. It, you know, oversold levels here to 30, so we see it at a 152.86 low there, guys, and it is trading right around there. And you know, this stock, while the liberation tariffs were going on and everything, this stock was performing pretty well. So it's a safety stock for us to, you know, add money into in case things go sideways. But let's go ahead and add $100 since, you know, Procter & Gamble is trading at a 30 RSI level and oversold levels. To add $100 to Procter. All right, now this stock has been getting hit like crazy due to tariffs and stuff like that, but Lululemon, guys, Lululemon, we have, I think it's our worst performing stock. Yep, it's our worst performing stock here. Down quite a bit, actually. We're down 14% there. But we think this stock is good to dollar cost average in while it's at a low. And we see it near oversold levels. So we're just going to keep adding into Lulu until it recovers. So let's go ahead and buy $100 of Lululemon. And guys, we see all the girls wearing these, this apparel. It's insane. We live in the Bay Area here, and the girls love Lululemon out here. All right, so now that is Lulu. Let's go ahead now and do a new stock that got added in, and a new stock in general that just IPO'd, CoreWeave. Big, I think they are partners with NVIDIA if I'm correct, but yeah guys, CoreWeave really coming down here, made a high of 187, now correcting down to a 133. We see it at a 37 RSI level here. Let's go ahead and add $100 into CoreWeave. All right, and now for an industry that I think is going to be killing it here, as AI is going to be, you know, a main factor with our economy, and that is CrowdStrike. We need, you know, the best cybersecurity possible to, you know, fight off, you know, enemies and all that, but enemies of the United States and trying to hack into our systems and stuff. But CrowdStrike, very good cyber security company. It's the #1 cybersecurity I think of when I think of cybersecurity. So we see it, you know, hitting a 517, now trading at a 477. We hitting the 200-day moving average here, now trying to bounce, and we see it at a 36 RSI level. So we are you know, adding like crazy into this stock right now. So $100 into CrowdStrike. All right, guys, so that is pretty much wraps up session 101. You know, we have, you know, investors and traders betting that Mexico and the EU will come to Trump, try to get a deal before August 1st. That is literally, you know, 2 weeks away almost. And, you know, we'll see if the EU and Mexico will come to a deal with the United States with tariffs. And yeah, and we got the Federal Reserve coming up, guys, meeting, and hopefully, you know, we could get, you know, a cut from Jerome Powell. And, you know, if we don't, we are positioned very well to try and get a cut right now. And if we don't get a cut, then it's going to be getting ugly over there with Trump and Trump and then Jerome Powell, guys. So that is pretty much the news for today. Investors and traders betting that, you know, tariffs will calm down here before August 1st. And then we also profited 46 today from Lockheed Martin, Archer, Tesla, and Palantir. And we entered Oracle from our Lockheed Martin exit. We bought Apple, Procter & Gamble, Lululemon, CoreWeave, and CrowdStrike. We added to those today, guys. So that is session 101. If you guys want to be a part of the Mobile Fellows Club over there on Discord, go over to mobilefellows.com. Check out membership options. No longer free, guys. Founding member role has ended. Get the VIP role on our WAP, and you could get that with a link on mobilefellows.com under membership. All right, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Hit the outro.